Hello, welcome back to the Heels and Quads YouTube channel. I am Tommy, and I'm pissed off. Welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining in. I hope some Jets fans chime in. I hope some Jets fans see this, whether it be live or later on today and through the week and throughout the season. Let's go back after I go through everything I'm going to say today, and hopefully we can look back and be like, he was terribly wrong. But as of now, we'll see. I'm going to be using my phone a lot because, unlike last week, I didn't put my picks in to StreamYard, so I will have to be reading them off of my phone. I'll go through my picks from last week, and we'll see how I did. And then I'll make my picks for week 2. But first, I want to start with my team, the New York Jets. Obviously, lost to Baltimore week 1, Sunday afternoon, and didn't look good. Although I will start by saying that the defense looked really good, really fucking good first half. Sauce Gardner, I saw a chart somebody had made on Twitter, and they had him ranked as the number 2 rookie of the week, which, I mean, they didn't really throw his way all that much, but from what we saw of him on the field, and obviously, I mean, that goes to tell you that, they're taking into account how good this kid is. I mean, he's never allowed a touchdown in his life. So, obviously, you take that into consideration when you're game planning. Also, obviously the front line on defense looked good. Linebackers looked great. Quan Alexander had a good game. He was all over the place. Mosley, obviously, a phenomenal linebacker. And Williams, I mean, he looked great. Him and his brother looked great. But the offense, I watch a lot of Jets YouTube channels, and I see a lot of people complaining about Joe Flacco and all this and that. And, he threw over 300 yards. Yeah, he threw a pick, but, Cager fell down on that. Could have been a catch. It was high, so we don't know for sure if he would have caught it, obviously, but it looks like a timed throw. So obviously Cager was running a route. Flacco expected him to be there. He slips, falls down, and then, what happens. But there was a positive to that interception. And I know it's hard to realize that there are positives that come out of that, but we'll get to it. But more so his lack of mobility and his statuesque pocket presence. I mean, dude, he's 37 years old. He's not Zach Wilson. He's not any other quarterback in the league that's mobile or semi-mobile. Even Tom Brady can still move around a bit, but he's also Tom fucking Brady. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan, but I get why people like it. Whatever. But to Flacco's defense, I mean, people were saying, I've read and I've seen in other videos on YouTube about how, he's taking too much time. He's gotta sling the ball as soon as it's snapped. If your left side of your offensive line, left tackle and left guard, are folding under pressure, you have no time. He barely had 2 seconds to release the ball. How the fuck is he supposed to find an open receiver? So, I mean, to shit on him for that, that's a little much. I can't shit on him for that. And like I said, he threw over 300 yards. We lost, but he threw over 300 yards. He did throw a touchdown, which, I mean, I know that was in garbage time, and Ravens weren't even playing their number 1. So that being said, I mean, it was a tough loss, but they beat us. I hate to say it because Saleh kept saying, we didn't get beat, we lost. No, you got beat. You got absolutely beat. Your offensive line got beat. They didn't lose. They got beat. But more positives, the running backs both had a good run. Breece Hall fumble. It's gonna happen. He's a rookie. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we don't want to see it, but it's gonna happen. So you can let that slide. The touchdown Bryce Hall gave up, it was a good throw. I mean, Jackson had a good day throwing because he couldn't run. And I mean, our rush defense right now is ranked third in yards given up. So, I mean, it is what it is, or six, whatever it is. But still, I mean, we're top 10 rush defense as far as yards through week one. I'll take that. And hopefully, I mean, from what we saw, the defensive line and the linebacker core and our safeties were all in. So I think it'll get better. I hope it gets better. Um I would start Mike White over Flacco based on what he did last year, especially in that Bengals game. He's younger, he's more mobile, um, you know, but that's just me. But I get it, you go with your true number two back, your backup quarterback, who's Joe Flacco, who has won a fucking Super Bowl. So you're not gonna fault Saleh on starting a quarterback when your young stud, emphasis on stud, quarterback, goes down. And I know, oh, he's supposed to be back. He could start week one, but he should be back week two. Now it's week four. That's the earliest. Hopefully that does happen. But there's no excuse to losing this game week one. I mean, Saleh said, and everybody said, we're comfortable with Flacco being the starting quarterback. Not much is going to change other than, obviously, if Zach's under pressure, he can get out of the pocket a little faster and make plays happen. Joe Flacco, like I said earlier, a little longer in the tooth. He's not as mobile. But Garrett Wilson didn't get a lot of time until he made a couple of great plays in the first half, and then the second half he pretty much played and he looked good. But we got to get the kid the ball, like Keyshawn said when he was a young kid coming up with the Jets. Give me the damn ball, throw me the damn ball, and throw Garrett Wilson the damn ball because he is. I mean, we don't. When was I've been saying this? Start stressing out now. I've been saying this for fucking 15 years now, if not longer. Get a true blue number one receiver in the first round of the draft. Yes, it's great. Have a great defense. You need defense. Defense wins championships. We've proven that. Now in the new NFL, doesn't seem like so much. It's more of a shootout. But we've always needed that true number one wide receiver, and we haven't had it. And I think Garrett Wilson can be that guy. And I mean, Brandon Marshall, when he came over, he was great with Fitzmagic and all that. It was awesome. It was a good time. We all thought it was going to turn around then, and it didn't happen, but we thought. And I was talking to my wife earlier, and I said, it's crazy to think that the year, because we've been together for 11 years, the year before, the Jets were in the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row. Couldn't make the big one. And then, going into 11, I'm thinking this is it, this is our year. Everybody's coming back, and then everything happened. But it's just crazy to me how long as a team we've been. So, I mean, my whole life, I mean, we've had a couple of years here and there, like 09, 10, 98, obviously, a couple in the early 2000s. But I mean, for the most part, I'm saying this hoping Jets fans hear this, but we as Jets fans have been just put down as a fan base our whole lives. I mean, I remember growing up and wearing, my Jets jerseys to school, and people were like, "Oh, what a loser," root for a loser team. I get it, but I'm also a Yankees fan, so I got my championships. I got 5 championships with the Yankees since I've been a fan. So I've always had that, but something that's always just I want that Super Bowl for my team so bad. I want it as a fan, and we keep thinking every year, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And then it turns into same old Jets, same old Jets, same old Jets. It's like, I mean, I know the owners and everything, and I have my issues with them as well. But, when the ticket office is calling you to see if you want season tickets for the Jets, and you're like, what's the point? Like, I already spend money on this merch. I mean, thousands of dollars I've spent in my life on New York Jets merchandise and memorabilia that's gifted to me. My dad bought me all kinds of Jets autograph footballs and helmets and all kinds of shit. And it's like all this money that this fan base has put into this team, I mean, there have been years where it seemed like they didn't even try to put a product on the field that was even watchable. And the fact is even if you're not going to the games, if you're like me and you're sitting at home watching them every Sunday, day in, day out, every week of the fucking NFL season, and they can't put a fucking product on the field that's worth a shit, I'm wasting 3.5 hours of my fucking Sunday to watch a team that continuously fucking disappoints me. But what am I going to do? I'm a fan, right? I'm not going to jump on some fucking bandwagon and like somebody just because they won a Super Bowl last year. That's stupid. Or because it looks like they're going to win a Super Bowl this year. What am I going to do? Become a Bills fan? I don't fucking think so. I've hated them too long to fucking like them. But I mean, they are a good team, and we'll get to that. But and I've passed it on now. My youngest, he watched the game with me, and he just looks at me every year when he watches the games, and he's just like, "Why do we root for this team?" He gets it. He's 9. He didn't play football, and he won't. That's a personal preference, but it's like, Dad, why do we waste our time watching this? You know what's gonna happen, and 9 times out of 10, he's right. I mean, last year, Zach showed flashes of being a pretty good fucking quarterback. But with him being hurt, it's almost seems pointless. But I say that by saying this, hopefully this week we're going to Cleveland, which I'm praying for Joe Flacco. Not the most religious guy in the world, but I'm praying for Joe Flacco's safety because they're Clowney and fucking Myles Garrett, and he's he's got 2 seconds to throw the ball because they're going to be on his ass more than Baltimore was. Can guarantee you that they're going to be on his ass. And if he can't get rid of the ball or doesn't have time to get rid of the ball or just stands there and doesn't move around, he's fucked. This team will be fucked until Zach Wilson comes back. And hopefully Zach comes back healthy, better than ever, ready to go, can win us some fucking football games. I don't care if we go 8-9. I don't. I just want us to improve. I'm so sick and tired of being in the top 5 draft picks every year. It sucks. It's horseshit. This team deserves, if any team deserves, and I could throw the Lions and the Vikings and a few others, but this team, this fan base is so hardcore. There is not one fan that roots for the Jets that doesn't go, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. I believed. I continued to believe. And every week, this fucking happens. Every single fucking week, it happens. It happens to us. Why do bad things happen to good people? Jets fans we are the most loyal fan base in the NFL. Now, I've got that off my chest. One more thing, and then I'll move on from the Jets. Coach Saleh saying in the post game press conferences, he's keeping receipts to everyone who mocks the New York Jets. Saleh, if you can hear me, and I would do anything to get this to you. I like you. You seem like a good dude. You know your shit. I get that. You are where you are because you know what you're doing. I'm not the head coach of the Jets because I wouldn't know what I was doing. But I'm playing armchair quarterback or armchair head coach in this situation. You can't tell anybody, whether it be the media or the fans, that you're keeping receipts on somebody mocking the team that you're coaching. You didn't grow up a New York Jets fan. I did. So when we lose at this point, I have become one of those people who mock and who go to Twitter and say, "Oh, we saw it coming. Oh, here we go again." Every time we get a quarterback, and let's face it, we haven't had a great quarterback in a long time. We've had a couple of good ones, but we haven't had a great quarterback in a very long time. And even Namath, that's questionable. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He won us our 1 Super Bowl, but his numbers aren't great. But he was a good football player. He was a great football player. But was he a great quarterback? That's a discussion for another day. personally, I think right now we could throw Namath in there. He could win us some games, but that's just my opinion. But you can't say you can't mock this team, or if you mock this team, I'm keeping receipts. I don't give a shit. Win games. You've won 4 games since you've been a head coach of the New York Jets. You have to win games. You have to put a product on the field, and that's your job. That is your job. You are part of that process of putting that 53-man roster together before preseason is officially done. And you did it. This team looks good. And with Zach's injury, give you the benefit of the doubt there. But your kicker can't kick a fucking field goal, misses an extra point. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. It's Greg Zuerlein. He's a fucking pro. Like, I get that it was raining, but there's no excuse for it. And then the punter. It's like, come on, dude. You can't go kicking fucking 20-yard punts. It's horseshit. Unacceptable. And I know we signed a new punter. I think he was the Chargers punter, Ty Long. But I was going to say one more thing about the interception. Flacco throws the interception. Cager fell down. It gets picked. Whatever. Ravens are at the 20, the 15, whatever it was. The defense showed the fuck up. 3 downs and then a field goal. The defense came to play week 1. And when you're down 24-3, or even before that, when you're down and the offense isn't giving you anything and you're doing the best you can, DJ Reed getting the interception. Shout out to DJ Reed. I read that, he celebrated and he got some flack for that. And then it came out that he'd lost his father before the game. So, dude, to even play it in that game, that's a real dude right there. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate the effort. And I don't have really anything bad to say about the defense. They played a great game. But like I was saying, when you're playing so hard, but you're on the field that much, you're going to get tired. You're going to get wore out. You can only go 110% so long before you're just like, fuck, I'm winded, dude. The offense can't come out every fucking series and give a 3 and out, and then that's it. The defense is back out on the field. They just busted their ass to give you guys good field position and a chance to win the game by not allowing the other team to score, or even when they scored. But still, you can't win a game without scoring some points. 3 points in the league, in the NFL, in 2022 isn't going to fucking cut it. Ever. Okay, I'm done. The Jets. I hope we win week 2, but I don't think we will. All right, so going back week 1, my picks. I picked the Bills over the Rams. Got that one. Eagles at Lions. I picked the Eagles. Got that one barely. Shout out to the Lions for trying to make a comeback. Only losing by 3 points. Pretty fucking badass. Steelers at Bengals. Man, I thought I had this one in the bag. I thought Cincy was going to win. And then even in OT, I was like, they got this. 4 field goal attempts to win this game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So shout out to my brother-in-law, AJ, for being a Steelers fan. So I lost that game. 49ers at Bears. I picked the Niners. I thought it was a lock. I thought there was no doubt the 49ers would win this football game. Obviously, again, weather. That was a rough one. But the Bears end up pulling it out 19-10. So I lost that one. Patriots at Dolphins. I picked the Dolphins to win 20-7. Not even close. Dolphins win 20-7. Or I picked the Dolphins to win 21-20. Dolphins win 20-7. So I got that one. Browns at Panthers. Thought, Baker was going to come out and have his revenge game, and I did get their score right, but unfortunately for them, the Browns scored 2 more points than them. 26-24 Browns win, so I lost that. Colts at Texans. Thought the Colts had this in the bag. I think everybody did. I think everybody thinks they're going to win the AFC South. They did not win, but neither did the Houston Texans. They tied 20-20. I thought we were going to have 2 ties. I thought Pittsburgh and the Bengals were going to end up tying. So we looked at on that. That's one thing about the NFL I'll never understand is why is it the only pro league that can still end in a tie? Don't get it. I mean, I know baseball does spring training. They'll call the game or whatever, but that's more on the managers. Saints at Falcons. Falcons won, or I picked the Falcons to win 17-14. The Saints won 27-26. So I knew it would be close. Scored a little more points than I thought they would. Little surprised that the Falcons lost. But that's kind of a wash, a divisional game. Ravens at Jets, talked about that in full. Ravens, I had them winning 28-24. The Ravens won 24-9. That's unacceptable. 9 points is unacceptable for any team in the NFL. If you can't score double digits, you shouldn't have a team anymore. I'll say it. I'll say it right on his face. Jaguars at Commanders. I had the Jags winning 14-10. I thought Lawrence would come out and be like, yeah, year one was a fluke. Fuck, number one pick, bullshit. We're going to win some games this year. Commanders won 28-22. So I lost that one. Packers at Vikings. Thought it would be close. Thought the Packers were going to win this one. Again, it was at Minnesota, so divisional game. Maybe the Pack wins at Lambeau. But I had them winning 31-28. Vikings won 23-7. So not even close. And again, Kirk Cousins looks like a fucking hero and whatever. That dude's going to continue to get paid. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. Make your money. Giants at Titans, thought this was a lock. Thought the Titans would run away with it. 27-14. Giants pulling one out with a first-year head coach, 21-20. Good for the G-men, I mean, we share a stadium with them, whatever. But, yeah, good for them. Raiders at Chargers. I had the Chargers winning 38-24. I got one of those scores right. It was 24, but that's all the Chargers scored. And the Raiders, 19, won that game. Chargers win 24-19. Chiefs at Cardinals. This is the closest I got. I got the win with the Chiefs. I picked them to win 41-23. They win 44-21. Very close. Sunday night. Yikes. Bucks at Cowboys. I had this one a close one, 28-27. Bucks win 19-3. Obviously, Dak's down. It looks like 6 to 8 weeks. They're saying he can come back week 4. We see how that works with Zach Wilson, Jets fans. I don't think so. Cowboys have got some looking to do. I saw that they've got an entire list of quarterbacks available, and they're looking into it. A lot of people already think the Cowboys are toast. Gotta say, kind of with them. Even if Dak came back week 6, 0-5, that's tough to come back from. Can it be done? Yes. With that team, I don't know. We'll see. And then Monday night, Broncos at Seahawks. I had the Broncos winning this one huge. I thought Russ was going to go into Seattle and just dominate. However, that is not the case. Broncos, I had them 31-7. Seahawks win it with former Jets starting quarterback Geno Smith. Geno Smith throwing under 200 yards, mind you, wins the game 17-16, beating Russell Wilson. On Monday Night Football, week 1, Russ's first game as a Bronco against his former team, and he loses the game. Holy shit. So, do we call it I went 8-8, counting the tie as a loss because I didn't call it a tie, or do we say I went 8-7-1? I'll leave it up to you guys. Leave it in the comments. We'll talk about it next week. We'll revisit that. So, I'll go ahead and make my picks for week 2 in just a second. Let me go through. Bop, 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 beep, bop, boop. Where is this going here? And I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing this off the cuff. I was so busy thinking about all the things I would say about the Jets, and I don't even think I said everything I wanted to say, but I went a little longer on the Jets than I wanted to. So, that being said, week 2 begins officially tomorrow. The Los Angeles Chargers at Kansas City. This is going to be a great game. I hope it's a great game. I need to say that more often. I think this will be good, or I think, this is definitely going to be close. I don't know for sure. I don't know my asshole from my elbow. But the Chargers come into KC. I'm assuming let me look. Because, yeah, okay. So the top is the away. Yeah, okay. Let's see how you did this, Google. Chargers at Chiefs. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. I think it'll be close. I'm not going to give scores anymore because we saw that worked, and it's too much to talk about. I think the Chiefs take this one at home versus the Chargers. Moved to 2-0. Chargers to 1-1. That division's tough. And like my buddy Ray said last week in the comments for week 1 picks, the AFC West could be the best division in football. And he may be wrong, he may not be. I think it's a safe bet. Patriots at Steelers. Is this the end of the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick? I fucking hope so. I'm picking the Steelers to start the year 2-0, and I thought they didn't have a prayer in the world this year. And the Pats going 0-2, that'd make me happy. If we can squeak out a win in Cleveland and go to 1-1 and be above the Patriots going into week 3, I'm a happy fucking camper. I have no delusions and grandeur of us winning our division or even making the playoffs. But if we can do better than the Patriots, I'm pretty happy about that, even though the Patriots look like shit. But so do the Jets, except for the defense. Defense looks good. Offense, get your shit together. Offensive line, left tackle, left guard. I'm not calling you out by name, George Fant. Get your blocks. Panthers at Giants. Oh. Does Baker go 0-2 in his new home? Can the Giants surprise everybody and start the year 2-0? I'm going to fucking pick the Giants, you know? Go G-Men. I'll pick the Giants in this one. Jets at Browns. I picked against them week 1. Should I continue? I'm picking the New York Jets, Jets to go to Cleveland and beat the 1-0 Browns. Flacco. Do it. I think Garrett Wilson gets 2 touchdown catches in this game. If it happens, mark my fucking words. If it doesn't, mark my fucking words. The Indianapolis Colts go into Jacksonville to take on the Jags. Colts tying week 1. Not going to happen again. I gave the Jags the week 1 benefit. Not happening here. I'm going Colts. Dolphins at Ravens. Dolphins showed some stuff. Tyreek Hill, whatever. Beating the Patriots, but are the Patriots trash? Are they the new garbage can team of the AFC East? Can the Jets dig their way out? We don't know yet. We'll see. I'm going with the Ravens, dude. No doubt. I hope, because I hope the Ravens beat the Dolphins. That helps us out. Keeps that a little, maybe second place, maybe sneak in a wild card. Again, hoping, not at all thinking that will happen. Bucks at Saints. Saints didn't show me enough to think they can beat Tom Brady. Tom also seems like he wants to retire. Which, I mean, he should have. And like I said last week, that was the happiest day of my life, and it was taken away from me. I'm taking Tampa. Washington at Detroit. I'm taking the Lions in this game. And I haven't seen their full schedule, but I'll probably take the Lions in a couple of games. That shows a lot of fucking heart and drive to come back from a deficit and only lose by 3 points. I'm taking the Lions in that one. Seahawks at 49ers. I'm assuming weather will be better since it's in San Francisco. I'm going to take San Francisco to beat Geno Smith and the Seahawks. Sorry, Geno. Falcons at Rams. Falcons didn't show me enough. I thought they were going to win. They burned me. Love Pitts, but do they have enough? I'm going to go Rams, defending Super Bowl champion Rams, who lost to the Bills in the opening game of week 1, Thursday night, but I think they will get it together, come back, and win week 2. Cardinals at Raiders. Cardinals didn't keep it as close as I thought they would. Well, yeah, they did. I was almost dead on that, so I lied. Sorry. I'm going to take the Cardinals. May eat crow on that one, but I'm taking the Cardinals. And that's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's not a big deal. I'm not putting any money on this, and I don't advise you to use any of my picks to put money on this. But if you do have a gambling problem, I have the number down there. Texans at Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. I don't think the Texans are anywhere close, and I think his former employer, and I think he at home, Mile High. Yeah, I think I like the Broncos definitely in this one. Bengals at Cowboys, and these are the late afternoon games. Bengals at Cowboys. I don't. Who's the quarterback for the Cowboys going to be? Do we know? I don't even know who the backup is for the Cowboys, and I apologize to whoever that person is if they ever hear this or see it. But I'm going Bengals. Bears at Packers, Sunday night football divisional matchup. I hope this is a good game. I hope the Bears beating the 49ers wasn't a fluke. I know a lot of Bears fans, and that's another one of those teams, man. They suffered for a long time, and I mean, I know they've been to the Super Bowl since they've won a Super Bowl and been back since we've won, and the one time we went. How mad is Aaron Rodgers? How much does Aaron Rodgers care still? Do you think? He's pretty fucking rich. Sunday conversation on Barstool. That was hilarious. If you haven't seen that, check that shit out. I'm gonna go. I don't think Packers lose 2 in a row. I want the Bears to win, but I think if I'm picking, for real, I think the Packers win. Titans at Bills. This could be a good game. I don't think the Titans will rebound from their loss against the Giants and beat the Bills, who looked fucking phenomenal. I hate to say it because I don't like the Bills, but they're in my division. But they looked great. They beat the defending champions. They could be the Super Bowl champions this year. We'll see. They are my pick to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I think the AFC championship game will be the Bills and the Chiefs if it lines up that way, and the Bills sneak one on the Chiefs, like field goal, last second field goal, I think is how it's going to go down. Overtime field goal. Yeah, so I'm taking the Bills on that one. And that's the first Monday night game. The second Monday night game, we have 2 this week. Vikings at Eagles. This one should be a good one. I am going to take Levi's Eagles to beat the Vikings at home. Those Philly fans are fucking ruthless, and Kirk Cousins has a chance in hell, but not a good one. So I'm taking the Eagles. So those are my picks for the week. I will have to go back and watch this to write all this down because I didn't. Like I said, I did this off the cuff, off the internet, off Google. So hopefully next week when I do this again, because I will, because I thoroughly enjoyed doing this, hopefully I have good news as far as the Jets fans, Coach Saleh. Hopefully we hear something more about Zach. Is it still week 4? Is that going to get pushed back? Bone bruise, scary. Because that's what everybody says. It's not the operation they had to do to repair the meniscus. It's the actual bone bruise, which I assume bone bruises take forever to heal, because even if you get a little bruise on your arm or leg, it seems like it takes a week or 2 to heal. So bone bruise, scary. But hopefully Zach is doing well. I've heard he has done some drills, some practice. So hopefully he gets back sooner than later. But thank you guys for joining me this week. I'll see you again next week. Be sure to subscribe, like, ring-a-ding-ding the bell for notifications when we go live or when there's a new video. Go back. Yesterday I posted a great interview for kind of the music side of the show. Me and Levi conducted an interview with King Diamond Guitars producer, songwriter, and owner of Sonic Trade Studios, Andy LaRock. Great time. Andy was so cool. Something about those Swedes, man, they are just chill as fuck. And he's cool as shit. And I look forward to hopefully seeing King Diamond on the road next year and getting to meet Andy in person. ProWrestlingTees.com/Heels and Quads for all your Heels and Quads merch. Let's see, collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code heels and quads in all caps because we're professional fucking businessmen, and save 15% on your order. And the most important thing to do today, patreon.com/heels and quads. Whenever you're hearing this, whether it be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, if you want to, you see somebody, oh, he's talking about the Jets. Okay. Oh, he's wearing a Jets shirt in the video. He must be a Jets fan. So it's probably either good or bad, or he's delusional as fuck. A little bit of all. Patreon.com/heels and quads. $1 tier gets you a thank you in all the videos, not the live ones though, because I can't go back and do that. But everything else, you get a little thank you at the end of the videos. $3 tier, you get that, plus you get all content early and unfucking censored. And then $5 tier, you get all of that, plus every month, last Tuesday of the month, except for probably this month, depending on if I get back from a doctor's appointment in time. The hangouts, baby. That's where it's at. Come hang out with us. Have a little CBD ski. Have a couple of beer skis. We talk wrestling. We talk music. We'll talk NFL. We'll talk a little Major League Baseball. We're going into the playoffs pretty soon, so I'll be doing a lot of lives doing that as well. I didn't want to do regular season baseball right now because it's a lot, and once it gets down to who's in the playoffs and everything, it makes it a little more exciting. Talk the games. I'll talk who I think will win the wild cards, the game, and then the division series, and then the championship series, and then World Series. Even if my Yankees don't make it, I'll try to do it at least once a week. All right. So on that note, we will talk to you later. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on social media at Heels and Quads on Twitter, Heels and Quads on Instagram, and then Facebook.com/Heels and Quads. Like us there. It's basically the Instagram. So if you want to just do Instagram, it's easier. All right. I will see you next week. Check out that interview from yesterday and check out all the archives. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and we will see you soon. Bye.